Danielle from Elle Inspired here. Today I'm doing a tutorial on how to make a simple cowl. I will show you how to cast on, how to join in the round, how to do a simple knit stitch and a simple purl stitch, along with the binding off. Of course, that part, you need to know that part. So without further ado, here we go. First you're gonna make your slip stitch. So go like this, cross it, and just pull this through. Okay, just like that. And you've got your tail side and your working yarn, okay? Now take your circular needles, you're gonna put them in here and pull tight, not too tight, but just tight enough. And this is your first stitch. This will count as your first stitch. So when casting on, you will stick your fingers in the middle, this being your tail side, this being your working side. And then you will grab both strings with your hand, just like that, and just kind of pull up so it's kind of taut. And then you're gonna pull this down to make a V. So you're like this, and you're gonna pull it down to make a V. Do you see the V? I'm trying to show you really well. So you will stick your needle through the hole in the thumb, and then there's a spot right here where your yarn's here and your yarn's here. You're gonna go through that right here. Go down. You're gonna pull it through the hole in the thumb again, and then you're gonna let go with your thumb, and you're just gonna pull it with your thumb to make it tight. So I'll show this again. You got your V. Go through here, down through the finger one, and then down through here in the thumb, and let go with your thumb and pull tight with your thumb. So let's do it again. Through here, down through here, grabbing that string by the finger and pulling it through the thumb hole, and then letting go with your thumb and tightening. Okay, looks like this. Turn into a V, go through the thumb hole, grab the string by the finger, pull it through the thumb hole, let go with the thumb, and tighten. Again, not too tight. You want it to still be able to work, move along the needle. Almost at 50, we're at 47, I think, and we're gonna go make our V, go down, go through the thumb hole, oops, right here, down through the finger hole, grabbing that yarn, bringing it through the thumb hole, letting go with your thumb, tightening, and coming back into our V, through the thumb hole, grabbing the yarn by the finger, down, letting go. All right, now I'm done casting on all 50 stitches. Now you're gonna wanna stretch this out because it all gets a little caught up, and you wanna make sure to get it onto your other needle to come join in the round. And if you can hear music in the background, it's my kids watching a movie. All right, so you wanna make sure all your stitches are facing the same way. So you don't wanna get it twisted. So it might look like your thing is a little twisted like this, but as long as they're all following the same, way, you're gonna be okay. So when joining the round, you're gonna want the side that has your tail and your working yarn on your right side, and then this on your left. But you're gonna take your stitch marker, you're gonna put it on this side, because you're going to want to know where your round starts every time, so you know you have the right amount of rows. So when joining in the round, you're going to do a simple knit stitch. Just going to go in through this first stitch right here, just go under. You're going to wrap around your needle, and pull it through. It takes a little working because they know usually knitting is always a little bit tougher in the first round. So then you're going to, now that you've gone through that hole, you're going to push that stitch off, just like that. Okay, and then pull it a little bit tight. And then since this is a cowl and we don't want it to curl at the edges, we're going to do a knit one, purl one all the way around. So This is a purl stitch, is where you move the yarn to the front like that. And instead of sticking your needle in this way, you're gonna stick it in the front way, right here. And wrap it and pull it through. Okay, and then push that stitch off. All right, and then to go back for a knit, you're gonna move your yarn back to the back. You're gonna stick it in here, wrap your yarn, pull it through, push that one off. Okay, so if you can tell right here, this is your knit. They look like little V's, and these little bumps are your purls. So you got your V's and your bumps. So there's my purl. I stuck it in through the front, wrapped it, pulled it through, pushed it off. And make sure you bring your yarn to the front for that. So, all right, I'm gonna go make my cowl. I'm gonna do one row of knit one, purl one, and then the rows on up until the end are gonna be all knit, which is this one where you just stick it in here, wrap it, pull it through. That's a normal knit stitch. So it's gonna be, I believe it's stocking knit stitch. So that's gonna be, so this first row is knit one, purl one, and the next rows are gonna be all stocking knit, and then the very last row before I cast off or bind off is gonna be a knit one, purl one, and then I will show you how to bind off. All right, so I am finished with my cowl. I ended up doing a scrap cowl because, well, hey, gotta use up yarn, right? So that's pretty fun looking, hey? I'm gonna show you how to cast off or bind off, whatever you wanna say. So you're gonna take your working yarn, put it back over here, and I'm gonna finish, actually, I'm gonna finish up this last stitch, which is a purl. So again, with a purl, you would go in through the front, wrap, push off. So you've got it on here, and you would push it off, okay? And so since we're binding off, we don't need our stitch markers. So I'm gonna take the stitch marker off, set it to the side, and now we're gonna bind off. So binding off, you do it in a knit stitch. Through there, wrap, pull out, and then pull off. So we're knitting two, that was one. I have a kiddo cleaning in the background, so that's my noisy sound there. So you got two stitches. Now what you're gonna do, since we're binding up, is you're gonna go back. You're only gonna knit two at a time. So you're gonna take this one right here, you're gonna go under it in the front, and you're gonna pull it over that stitch right here. Okay, and you're gonna leave that stitch there. And so you just pull it off and let it sit there. So now we're gonna knit another one, knit one stitch, and now you have two stitches on your needle again. And you're gonna grab the back stitch, and you're gonna pull it over this stitch. See this one? We're gonna pull it over that one, and then we're gonna pull this one off, and now you're left with one stitch again. Knit one, two stitches, okay? Gonna grab this one, pull it over that one, and pull it all the way off and let go. Oop. I'm gonna turn this one around. Here we go. Knit one, and pull over, and now I'm just gonna bind off the rest of the stitches. All right, and here's the last stitch. So this is what you do. You knit it just all normal like, okay? And then you're gonna pull it, this last one over it. And then this one, instead of knitting or doing anything else, you're just gonna pull it through all the way. Okay, so we pulled the yarn all the way through, and I don't have any needles or darning needles with me at the moment. So what I tend to do is I take it and I put it through and find like the next stitch. So if you can see, you see these V's right here. Here's one V, here's another V, here's another V. That's your stitches, that's your bind off stitches. So I just tuck it under the next bind off stitch right here, the very first one we did, and just pull it through. And since this is such bulky yarn, it's easy to do. And then just do that, and then I find a spot in the back. Let's go right here. Just find a stitch in the back to put it through, and I knot it right there. Oop. There you go. And then I just weave it through in a couple spots. So I'm just gonna weave it through the most inconspicuous spots so it doesn't look like, you know, super obvious to the eyeball that it was weaved in. And that's about it. And you have your, well, I have to go through because I had several different colors, so I've got lots of extra yarn, but you got your cowl, and it looks super cute and it looks super fun. And there you go.
All right, friends, and that is how you make a super simple one-day cowl to keep yourself nice and cozy. Just a quick recap: what you start with casting on, and then you do a knit. You join in the round, and then you do a knit one, purl one. Now I got yarn fuzz all in my mouth. You do a knit one, purl one, and that keeps your cowl from rolling down like this. So when you do just stocking net, it tends to do that, it tends to roll, but if you do the knit one, purl one, it prevents that. So then after you do the knit one, purl one, you just do a straight stocking net stitch all the way up, just the knit stitch. And then you come to the end, do a knit one, purl one, and then you bind off. And then tie in all your ends. And that's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial and that you will make one. And if you ever make one, feel free to tag me on Instagram. Let me know you made one. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.